of it with pride, no matter how forlorn. I only know that I love mine and long again to see oppression from her banished and old Ireland once more free. Let friends all turn against me, let foes say what they will, for my heart is in my country and I love old Ireland still. There's not an Irishman today would ever wish to roam into a foreign land to toil if he could stay at home. So give us back our liberty, let the banners be unfurled. Then Ireland and her sons will prove a credit to the world. Let friends all turn against me, let foes say what they will, for my heart is in my country and I love old Ireland still. Let friends all turn against me, let foes say what they will, for my heart is in my country and I love old Ireland still.
Well, folks, what's the crack? How yous all doing? Welcome along to another episode of Rebel FM here, multi-streaming live on the Rebel podcast pages on our official OG channel of YouTube and on the Rebel podcast on Facebook and the DJ Rebel Row page on Facebook as well, folks. So you know the crack by now. If you're watching the show on Facebook, just please give us a wee share. We're in as many groups as possible. Just hit the share button and it should give you an option to send it to a group, and you can click as many options as you want. You can share it from the Rebel Row page, or you can share it from the Rebel podcast page if you can, folks. So be much appreciated. If you are watching the show on YouTube, thank you very much. And also, if you are watching on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why not? It takes 2 minutes. Even just if you're watching on your phone, you'll see the wee icon there. Just hit the wee button, subscribe, and click the bell, and it should tell you as soon as we are live, folks. So yeah, welcome along to another episode of the show. You're very, very welcome tonight, here till 9 p.m. So as usual, if you want to request, just put it in the wee request box there on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll get them on as normal. Any rarer tunes as possible, folks. Any ones we normally play, not songs that like everybody knows what we play all the time. Do you know what I mean? And we'll try and get them on. We'll have busy Spotify here, with YouTube, with my hard drive, about 90,000 songs. So we've an endless supply of library of Rebel tunes, folks. So if you want your request, get it on. Just stick it in one of the boxes. If you want to ask a question, you want to get something off your chest, put it in, and we'll share it with everybody tonight as well. As usual, folks, all for a bit of crack. So only one song we can start the show off with tonight. Actually, the background music there, when we went live, was a bit of Kathleen Largy and the Flying Column with Where Is the Man? Brilliant wee tune that there. But obviously this week, we just past weekend there was poppy season as normal. And as always, our buddy James McLean from Derry, of course, got all the headlines for all the wrong reasons once again, which we'll touch on later on throughout the show. But we'll start the show off tonight in honour of Derry's own James McLean, folks. Here we go.
Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. In Derry streets you shot them down, 14 were murdered by the British Crown. In Belfast City you did the same, killed innocent children, you showed no shame. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. You split our land with an English border, with your tanks and guns. You came to slaughter, but our people rose and fought you back. Now it's time you left us, give our country back. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. In November time, the poppy scene, worn by presenters on TV screens, refuse to wear it, face racial chants, with threats to kill at a football match. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest. Like James McLean, we won't bow down to a British army or an English crown. I'll wear no poppy upon my breast, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest, just a three-leaf shamrock upon my chest.
There we go, Mr. Rebel Sundays myself, or Damien Quinn, folks, with James McLean. He won't bow down. Say, we mentioned there a couple of weeks ago that Damien Dempsey released a song, and actually I had a listen to it today. I was listening to Michael McCormick's Irish Sound podcast. Get a listen to it, folks. If you're on Spotify or all the rest of those channels there, it's great to see him back, getting the time back, a few episodes. I say mostly when I'm driving out in the lorry all day, I don't listen to any music whatsoever. Might be hard to believe, but all I listen to is like podcasts or other things, interviews, whatever, football stuff. I mean, don't listen to music any throughout the day, unless it's maybe on Michael's podcast where he has a couple of tunes playing throughout it, do you know what I mean? But yeah, so check out the Irish Sound, folks, on Spotify and all the rest of the place you can get your podcasts. But he was saying about obviously he played the new song by Damien Dempsey that he released and recorded for James McLean. Now, for me, it's wasn't a big fan of it. It's like so it's Damien Dempsey. He has his own unique sort of sound and style of music. I do like some of the stuff he does, but we had to support the song obviously because it is in support of James McLean. But I put a post up there on Facebook about 3 weeks ago, whenever he was all in the media. Damien, about releasing this song. They're all, look, at coming up the poppy season, and Damien Dempsey's playing this song for James McLean. And I had basically just really highlighted about Catalpa released a song with James McLean. I think he released it first a few years ago, then Damien Quinn, which just played his version. Not a sausage in the, I mean, obviously Catalpa and Damien would both be seen as sort of like rebel bands and sort of militant sort of singers, where I think like Damien Dempsey wouldn't be still like, he still would be sort of very anti-authority, very left-wing, but he'd be more commercialised than obviously Damien Quinn and the lads from Catalpa, Kieran Warfield. So I just said, listen, look, highlighted about, listen, these other guys brought out 2 brilliant songs with James McLean, and there wasn't a dicky bird or a notion in the media about their song in honour of James, you know what I mean? But check it out, folks, if you are on Michael's podcast. It's great. He does a lot of interviews with different singers, plays a lot of great music throughout the show, and says for myself, just to listen to something during the day, it gets my mind off just sort of driving also. Well, take my mind off driving, but it's a long old job. We'll see who we'll have listening tonight. Up first there on YouTube, yeah, Kev Dunn, how you doing, Kev? What's the crack? On Facebook, James McMullen, how you doing, James? Vincey McGee watching on Facebook. see Mick1967. Hope everyone was fit and healthy watching on YouTube. And there's a woman there who we always have to give a shout out to, Maura McNally, the very, very famous Maura McNally. We're honoured to have Maura live on the show with us tonight, folks. She says, when was I speaking to her last? Where was it? I see Maura. Trying to remember. Was it a gig I was doing or something? And she was thinking, oh, well, people are stopping me in the street and all, whatever, and stuff. Looks like she does, like, she's not very well known for, like, been on different TV panels, and she's asking all these different questions to the media and stuff, and it's getting millions and millions of views. And then after, if you're in Lidl or any of these shops the weekend, you'll see her out sort of supporting the Palestine movement, highlighting the people what sort of is really sort of goods being sold in all these stores. And Maura is very, very much at the forefront of it, so she is. Or if you've have seen the Kneecap movie yet, the crazy doctor who prescribes the pills to the lads, that's Maura there as well. And she was saying to me, some girls, I know you from somewhere. And it's like, oh, maybe do you know me from like doing like the Israeli Palestine stuff, or maybe you know me from like the millions of views I have on like all these channels, Al Jazeera, or have you seen Kneecap? No, more or less just rammed off all these things of how famous she really is. But Maura, listen, I love you. But listen, Paul just told me last week you aren't going to be here the weekend of the big fans gathering, so you aren't. I was doing all the tickets last week for all the sort of complimentary ones and stuff, whatever, and obviously put 2 in the envelope for you as well. And then Paul was telling me, listen, Maura's going to be away in Scotland or something with the girls for that weekend. But shame, obviously we love seeing you there, so do every year. But see, hopefully I'll get a listen to the whole show. Most nights I get visitors or I'm out with the boycotters and have to listen the next day, but prefer to listen later. Well, listen, Maura, we're privileged to have you on. Let's see, Michelle Devaney. How do you, Michelle? What's the crack? Iona is on, listening from Scotland tonight. How do you, Iona? Good to see you on as always. Paul McOwen. Hill. Yep, the Celtic woman. So Maura had said, can you please play John Breen, Easter Lily, a song for Lily Connolly? Right, not a problem, Maura. I will look up and see if it's on YouTube or Spotify. I don't have the song, but I'm sure if it's out there, it will be there somewhere, so it will. Hugh McKenna, what's the crack? Hugh, good to see you on again tonight. We're supporting the show as always. Thank you very much. Graham Keaton is on. Julia Lee, I didn't Julia. She also have Christopher Mahoney. Still only a Rivers Run free for Kango Chris and Ballybrack in Dublin, right? So we'll get that on for you. So first tune we're going to do this evening. We've already done Damien, but we're going to play a bit of Spirit of Freedom. This time, as you know, folks, they're headlining the big fans gathering through there this year. And as I said last week on the show, this definitely is going to be the very last one. It's going to be our 4th one, folks. But I think, obviously, I was talking to James during the week, and he's going, "What? You're having a laugh? What? You're not serious to me?" I said, "No, listen, I am." It's basically, it's getting harder and harder to do this each year. Do you know what I mean? And folks, what I could have done was like, listen, I want to do something like a gig every year, for all the supporters and fans of the show and stuff. I could have just stuck a wee night on one singer. It would have cost next to nothing to put on, just for all want to come out for an excuse for a swally. You know what I mean? But for me to do this here, I like to put on something right, a good show. You know what I mean? And obviously, putting on a good show costs a lot of money. And at the end of the day, when it's not really being supported, and I will say the tickets haven't really went as well this year as we did the last few years, but it's to be expected, because I think whenever we stopped the live Sunday show, folks, a lot of the listeners normally would have listened, and a lot of the ones that would have went to the show for the last 3 years haven't really bought tickets this year, and it's understandable. Maybe they don't want to, they're not really getting from the show what they sort of listened to on a Sunday before, you know what I mean? So they maybe fell back a bit, which is, listen, I always appreciate all your support. So don't be wrong, think well, we've enough ticket sales there now to sort of cover everything. I mean, to cover all the bands and all. It's playing over the 2 days, which is great. But obviously, we still like to see a few more years there, folks. So obviously, it's going to be this year, the very, very last one on Saturday, the 30th of November. Going to be held up in the Roddy McCorley Club, folks. The Roddy McCorley Heritage Centre up in the Glen Road in West Belfast. Fantastic venue. If any of you haven't been to it, folks, you're going to be in for a treat. We're going to have the hall looking cracker for this night. So headlining, we're going to have Spirit of Freedom, who we're going to play here next. Damien Quinn, we just played. Then Queven, Kev O'D, and Paul from Clover Rebel Band. It's going to be playing. He's going to be starting things off. I'll play a few tunes to start before Paul. Then the next day, our official sort of hangover or Sunday session, where all come in and have a banter and crack with each other. That's going to be on the Sunday 1st from 2 p.m. Probably about 6 o'clock. We'll see what happens. So again, Paul from Clover is going to be playing. He's going to be up for the weekend. So he is. Then Toby Mac, who hoping to have on the show in the next couple of weeks. Going to be getting him on for an interview just to get sort of Toby's story. Because we've been banging on about him for the last year or two now. So we'll have on the show. And I've seen him myself. I've been getting them lots and lots of gigs through my Q Holland Promotions company. And then I'll be doing maybe an hour or two that day as well. So folks, tickets are £15, and say that gets you a wristband for both days, so it does. So you can buy the tickets from our merchandise website, www.rebelpodcast.bigcartel.com, or you can buy them behind the bar at the rallies, folks. So say, let's see a few more. We'll go out with a bang with this here big fans gathering, folks, this year, and hopefully see a few more. So we're going to do this one this year at time, a bit of Spirit of Freedom. And this one is British Justice. It's Rebel FM, folks, episode 26, live, myself, Big Row. What's that noise in the background there? Oh. There we go.
In the wee hours of the morning, three strapping lads they did die, fighting for their homeland. Freedom was their prize. Two of them were brothers, David and Michael Devine, along with Charles Breslin. Oh Lord, to them be kind. What they got was British justice, it's plain for all to see. Orders straight from Thatcher, shoot to kill the policy. All three of them were members of the West Tyrone Brigade, and they died that morning with their rifles and grenades. They had no chance to use them on that cursed day, for undercover soldiers blasted their young lives away. What they got was British justice, it's plain for all to see. Orders straight from Thatcher, shoot to kill the policy. Oh, what grief for these two families, their hearts so filled with pain, to see their sons go out that night and not return again. For the cause all three did cherish, the sad parting had to be. They died for their homeland, that we all might be free. What they got was British justice, it's plain for all to see. Orders straight from Thatcher, shoot to kill the policy. Oh, farewell to you, David, farewell to Charlie too, and Michael, we have lost you at the age of 22. Oh, you were such a champion down in the snooker ball, but you played your last frame when you won. answer Ireland's call. for all to see. Orders straight from Thatcher, shoot to kill the policy. Oh, there is a lonely graveyard not far from their home, and that's the final resting place for these lads from West Tyrone. They have gone to join their comrades, Harvey, Devlin, McGlynn and Tone. May God be with you always, the lads of West Tyrone. What they got was British justice for all to see. Orders straight from Thatcher, shoot to kill the policy. What they got was British justice, it's plain for all to see. Orders straight from Thatcher, shoot to kill the policy.
There we go. It was Spirit of Freedom, folks, with Shoot to Kill. I think it's just the record. I was wondering if it was something to do with my mic or the sound. Not that I would ever have like a sort of a crackly background or a bad audio feed at all. Never been known in this show to have them, but I think it's just that track. There's a few tracks in that there. It must be there from an old album. I don't even know what album that's from. I think maybe it's a few songs put together. Actually, you can tell them that it's just a file I have on my hard drive of Spirit of Freedom. There's about 7 or 8 songs on it. So I say I don't think it's an album itself, but it's the one I use. And I mean, my sort of go-to stuff for Spirit of Freedom. I'm really looking forward to having the two Tonys with us, folks, on the 30th of November at the Big Fans Gathering. Been supporting the lads for years. Been obviously getting them lots and lots of gigs throughout the last couple of years for Cuchulainn, and long may it continue. But it's the first time I've actually had them play at a gig for me at one of my dues, you know what I mean? So I'm sure they will blow the roof off the Raddies on the 30th, folks. So make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be a great night. So it is. So, yeah, loads of requests are coming through, so we're going to start walking through them over the next half hour or so for you tonight. So we are. There's James. See, Ro will make more comebacks last gatherings than the Wild Tones. He just doesn't realise it yet. Aye, James, that's what you told me the other night with 20 pints in you, didn't you? We'll see. You keep saying I will see. Do you want the Wild Tones? I suppose you're saying you meant to say the Wild Tones and not the Wild Tones. I see you're out stuffing your face again tonight anyway, so you are. Just seeing you tagging in there on Facebook at the Toby Carvery. Telling you, what would they people do without you? Like I think if you eventually did move over here, they'd be setting a search party for you three, James. So they would go, where are they? Well, they haven't been here, and what's wrong? Like, they're keeping our Carvery going, so they are 3 or 4 nights a week. Dirty Cardinal, what's the crack, Dirty? Good to see you on. See you looking for the Wild Tones. Ripple, yeah, we'll see if we can get the Wild Tones. Michael Turner's looking to play Aidan McInnesby. Yes, we will. A great feed at the Toby. So yeah, we'll play Aidan McInnesby obviously after all the stuff was highlighted there at the weekend, the Celtic and Kilmarnock match. So it was. Now, I had the laugh listening to Jim White there on I would listen to a lot of TalkSport in the lorry as well most days. As much as Jim White is a dedicated cream bun, and he tries to hide it, like, what you all know what he is. Like, I mean, the odd time Simon Jordan will come out with a wee sort of flash of like trying to defend us and stuff. But I'd say Martin Keown was on the other day, and he really did defend sort of Celtic, and he defended the sort of why the Celtic fans are protesting against the minute silence. And I think he actually mentioned as well, because it was Jim White says, and they were singing IRA songs and all this here, and I think actually Martin Keown, so I don't think it was actually a song about the IRA they were singing, and he was literally swiftly cut off. I mean, and what changed but obviously Sam Jordan had been saying about they've embarrassed themselves, and they've embarrassed Scotland and all this here, blah blah blah, whatever and stuff, and it was Kilmarnock's ground. They should have let them have their bit of silence, etc. and stuff. And you look, then I seen like a few Celtic fans come along going, that doesn't do it my name and all this here, and It's not my name, etc. And like, if we wanted to make a protest, we should have just turned our backs, whatever, while they were doing the thing. Or, I mean, they could have done that there. I mean, but that's not what Celtic fans are all about. I mean, and I think for all the pump and hurrah, you see that what happened at Ibrox on Sunday when they done this big massive tifo all around the ground, and they had all these ex-Brits and Brits coming out and dogs and guns and all this here and tanks and all come onto the pitch beforehand. And but I think Celtic's meant and said, listen, each year they donate 10 grand to I think it's the Royal British Legion for their poppy appeal. I mean, they give it them every year, 10 grand. Like, I mean, how much the Rangers give? I'm sure they aren't giving 10 grand every year, so they aren't, because they haven't really got it to give. So it's a bit of a hypocrisy there, definitely. But listen, the same thing is going to happen year on year, so who really, it has to be expected. Why do they report on it for? I mean, exactly the same with the James McLean thing. Why do they report on it? They know he's going to sort of do something each year, you know what I mean? But I think he's sort of probably found his feet now in Wrexham. It's a great club for him, obviously, because whereas in Wales, and they probably hit like the Brits as much as we do. You know what I mean? Obviously, because Wrexham is massive sort of ex-miners town, and you know, obviously they suffered the hands of Thatcher and all as well all those years ago, and the place was just sort of like crumbled and died after they shut down all the mines. So they did, you know what I mean? But yeah, right, let's see who else to have. There's our friend Christopher Agios. Richard O'Callaghan, how you doing, Richard? Listen from Dublin, hey, looking to play Joe McDonnell. If you had said play Joe McDonnell, the right name, not Joe McDonald, as in O McDonald had a farm, I made have played the song. No, I mean, mate, so I might. Let's see. There's Ciara Griffin on. Ciara, what's crack? How you doing, missus? Good to see you on tonight. Anya had asked for a song there. I did find your tune there, Maura, so I'm going to play it there next. Anya says, can I please request Shane Marno, One Last Mouth to Feed? It's a modern day song challenging the Irish government on Spotify. So obviously, folks, well, the official election has been called in the south, so it has. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down. Did only see that thing with Michael O'Leary? Basically the dig he had at the teachers and all them. I don't know if it was Fine Gael or Fianna Fáil, and they're all laughing their heads off the wee dig he had at the teachers and all this here, and you're going like, what another scumbag. Like, I mean, these people just don't live in the real world. They don't live in the same world as us. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see what way this election goes. I mean, I think obviously even Colin Media, when he was on the Late Show a couple of weeks ago, he was saying, listen, look, obviously, it's no secret he's a big Sinn Féin supporter, so he is. He has been all his life. And he had said, listen, look, 100 sort of years like of having basically the same two governments or two parties running the government, it's enough. Do you know what I mean? They need to have change. So it'll be interesting. I'm a real election buff. I love getting into watching and like the whole debates and just watching the interviews and stuff. Whatever. A lot of people have that. I know. Interest in it whatsoever, you know what I mean? But again, see a lot of the people will say, I should come around my house every year and they say the same shit, etc., and they do nothing, whatever, blah, blah. But listen, nobody can say it, especially in the south, can say it there about Sinn Féin, because I think they haven't had a chance to. So they haven't, you know what I mean? Let them get in and try and do what they want to put forward. I mean, I think these here proposals being put forward by Owen O'Brien for the housing thing, which I think that's the biggest thing on people's minds in the south at the minute, and then the health. They have put through a massive sort of health restructure thing in the south as well, which they're saying has never ever been seen, nothing like it before. So we'll see. I think it's but see this here. Hold on a second. Your boy, what do you call it? The guy who was the Taoiseach there. I suppose he probably officially still is, isn't he? Until they have a new one. Simon, isn't it Simon? What do you call him? He was interviewed today, or so he was. And just like, you're going, you're just a smarmy wee git. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you just don't live in the real world at all. Probably like the rest of them. And you're just going like, no, yes, and then you're going, I just want to slap him in the back of the head. So you do. So listen, we're going to do this here tune now from Maura that she's asked for. This is a tune called Easter Lily from John Breen. A song for Lily Connolly. So Maura, there we go, as always. So, sorry, Richard said, sorry, I was driving. Well, listen, you shouldn't be texting and driving. So you shouldn't, Richard. Now, come on. That's not good enough, so it isn't. So, Maura, listen, I haven't heard this song, but say, as always, if you've requested it, it must be a good tune. So we'll do this one spicy for our good friend Maura McNally. This is John Breen with Easter Lily, a song dedicated to Lily Conley.
There's a different kind of music in my heart, a different kind of love song to impart, for a special kind of heroine like you rarely see. I call her Easter Lily, she's Lily Connolly. She knew heartache, deprivation, never fame. Through poverty to her no stranger came. 6 children left to rear, a 7th died so tragically. The tears I shed at Easter fall for Lily Connolly. Easter Lily, I see you in my mind. Easter Lily, whom destiny assigned. The one true love of our James Connolly, who died to set our class and country free. Easter Monday 1916, Sackville Street. Flag of blue with 7 stars replete. Starry plough to elevate a class of folk like me. Brightest star upon that flag was Lily Connolly. Easter Lily, I see you in my mind. Easter Lily, whom destiny assigned. One true love of our James Connolly, who died to set our class and country free. Her brave spirit, like her fate, it never failed. And her cheerful disposition, it prevailed. Through all her tribulations, showing steadfast constancy. Where an Easter Lily, think of Lily Connolly. Easter Lily, I see you in my mind. Easter Lily, whom destiny assigned. The one true love of our James Connolly, who died to set our class and country free. Easter Lily, I see you in my mind. Easter Lily, whom destiny assigned. One true love of our James Connolly, who died to set our class and country free. Who died to set our class and country free.
There we go. There was Easter Lily by John Breen. I think it was written by Brenton Phelan, that song. And it was a song dedicated to Lily Conley. So it was for our good friend Maura McNally. So Maura, there you go. So hopefully you'll stick with us for the rest of the night. Graham says the Wrexham fans were singing the James McLean Hates the Queen. It's actually the Hates the King song for him that we're doing. So I heard it, but fair play to them. Like, obviously he was the whole way through the match. They were singing it, and they just get it. Do you know what I mean? It's can't wait to this new series. Welcome to Wrexham comes out on Disney. Really looking forward to it. The first was it the first two? Maybe it's the three has been on it, but they're fantastic. I know now the latest one is going to feature them in League One, and sort of they're pushed into the Championship. And you'd have to think they are going to be promoted this year for the third year in a row. Like, fair play to them, definitely. Right, let's see. So going to try and get all these requests on throughout the night that have been asked for this evening, folks. So say, you know the crack. If you're just joining in, we're multi-streaming live on YouTube on our OG channel. If you're watching on YouTube, folks, please hit the subscribe button, will you? And hit the wee bell icon as well. And I'll tell you basically when we're going to be live any other time. If you're watching the show on Facebook, again, just hit the wee share button while you're watching the show, and it'll bring a wee icon. You can click on groups. So any groups you're part of, like Celtic groups, Rebel groups, whatever groups you want, just click on them and you can share the stream on either of the podcast page or the Rebel Row page on any of your groups. So much appreciated, folks. Thank you very much. There's loads and loads of shares already. I'm seeing tonight pop up on the screen, so thank you. Kev Dunn was looking for Ro, can you play the Young Will Tones at the Boys Club Michael? Yes. Actually, I wondered, is it actually Derek sings that one? I'll have to have a look. I know it's one of their songs on the albums on Spotify, so it is. So yes, definitely will. Let's see. I think that's all the requests are caught up. So Christopher Mahoney was looking for Only Our Rivers Run Free. So we'll do that there one next for Christopher Mahoney. And go play the Christy Moore version. Because I think it's when you hear this song, and I love the Kathleen Loggy version as well, but I think for me, Christy Moore. And did any is see him on the Late Show there? Was it last week or the week before? Fantastic, like really. And I think he sung a song there from his new album that somebody had sent him, and it was, what was it about now? It was all about it was something about drink or something, was it? I can't remember, but it just was a real song. You can just, it just sort of sticks right to what's happening in the world right now. So it's like, I mean, you look at him even there at his age now, and just for him to be able to sit there and just pick up his guitar and sing away. I think at the end he sung Paddy Kilty Lasson. He says you sing Viva la Quinta Brigada, and he sung it for the last song. Obviously the whole crowd were all getting well into it, so we're like, so yep, Christopher Mahoney, this one's for you. This is the brilliant Christy Moore with Only Our Rivers Run Free here live, folks, on Rebel FM tonight for you.
When apples still grow in November, when blossoms still bloom on each tree, when leaves are still green in December, it's then that Orlando will be free. I wander her hills and valleys, and still through my sorrow I see a land that has never known freedom. Only her rivers run free. I drink to the death of her manhood, those men who would rather have died than to live in the cold chains of bondage, to bring back their rights were denied. Where are you now when we need you? What burns where the flame used to be? Are you gone like the snows of last winter? Will only our rivers run free? How sweet is life how mellow the wine that we're dry, how fragrant the rose but it's dying, how gentle the wind but it sighs. What good is in youth when it's aging? What joy is in eyes that can see when there's sorrow in sunshine and flowers, and only our rivers run free.
Yes, in our Christy here, folks, just ended abruptly. That wasn't me turning it down, it just stopped for some reason, so it did. So I don't know what happened there. Yeah, it was Christy Moore with Only Our Rivers Run Free, especially for Christopher Mahoney. So, let's see. I'm going to get the picture uploaded for the 15th of December, folks. So Celtics will be playing Rangers in the Premier Sports Cup final. So I'm going to be playing up the Raddies for that match. So beforehand and afterwards for an hour as well. So hopefully see a few there. A couple of great drinks promotions on, so I'll be busy. Obviously, if anyone's just seen me doing it at the Rock and Nancy Mullins before, I'll be there busy just getting the crowd warmed up. Hopefully there'll be a big crowd up for the game. Then obviously midway through the match, if there's any goals and any score, we'll be playing a couple of goal celebration tunes, and then about 10:30, then obviously at the end of the match for a while as well. So I'll get the flyer actually up here throughout the next song. I need to upload it into the screen here, sorry. So yeah. So don't forget, folks, as well, there's a couple of big gigs happening. We'll be obviously involved in this one in particular. So from Friday the 31st of January, so I'll only be back obviously from this here first. I'll put this up. So on Wednesday the 28th of January, folks, obviously Celtic will play Aston Villa in the Champions League. You never know, we could be qualified to the Group A stage, so we could, but stranger things have happened. So myself and good mocker Kev O'D, Queven, we're going to be heading over to Birmingham to the St Patrick's Club, and obviously with the Black Country Che Guevara Celtic Supporters Club. They've asked us to come over again, and cheers to James McClave, who has orchestrated this whole gig, mate. So fair play to you, obviously. You don't know how much this means to me and Kev as well. He's looking forward to it. So cheers, mate, for organising this. So doors open 12 o'clock, obviously for any supporters clubs and all want to get in early, get a few weeks swallowed before the match starts. We'll be kicking things off from 2 p.m. with a live music. Now, if you're not a member of the supporters club in the Black Country Che Guevara CSC, I think there is some tickets available. I don't know, it could be a $5 or something, not sure, for that day. So there'll be more information that there put up. Once I get it, I'll put it in my pages. So, but I'm pretty sure this here gig is sold out because it isn't a massive venue. So I think obviously with the size of the supporters club and then the few buses that are maybe booked in already, the gig could be sold out. So we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a class day. Obviously we're going to be getting the boat over, the late boat that night on the Tuesday night, heading over, and then heading up to Birmingham early that morning. So it's going to be a cracker, folks. So again, cheers to James for organising that. Hopefully we'll see a few of you there. And then that weekend after I get home, then on the Friday night, we'll have this here gig here, folks. So I'll just had it on there a second ago. So Ballad Fest 6 that's taking place in the Devonish here in West Belfast this year. So on the Friday night, the first night, again, this is being run by Ian Brown, folks, at Potter Browns. Probably one of the best promoters of rebel music in this country, not just from his pub, from Potter Browns, but obviously a lot of the gigs that Ian has organised throughout the years. So this is Ballad Fest 6. I hosted last year's one, Ballad Fest 5 in the Devonish, and what a weekend it was. So this year's one is not going to be one night, it's not going to be 2 nights, it's going to be 3 nights. So the first night we're going to have Shebeen, Ernie a flute band, Shay Doolan, the Irish Brigade, and Gary and the Rebels. Then the following night, Saturday the 1st of February, it's going to be the Oil Brigade, the Rebel Hearts, Shania and Jay, and then Emer McLachlan's band. And then on the Sunday, which is going to take place upstairs in the Devonish, not in the big hall, we're going to have the Paddy Boys, Bo Lochran, Dublin Bards, and One Shot Paddy. Folks, so if you want to get tickets for this weekend, there is some weekend passes still available. Go to www.potterbrowns.com and get your tickets, folks. So it's going to be a cracking weekend. So yes, I will be busted to say by the time I go to work up Monday morning, I will be rightly. Actually, may take that Monday off. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Right, to move on with the tunes, we're going to do this one here. Anya just asked for it, so it's a tune. Probably not rebel or Irish, but I think with the election that's just been called and all the things that are happening in the south at the minute and all the sort of social issues that are all very much on people's minds, this song here is probably sort of at the forefront of it. Now, you see I'm just looking at the picture for it. Now, it looks like he's walking down carrying a suitcase that's a bit bigger than him, so it is through like a wee farmyard field, and he has a tricolor over his neck, and he's wearing, looks like as grand as coat. It's literally near touching his feet, so it is. But I suppose these wee hipster young guys, now that's the whole fashion in it, like, because he wearing overgrown now clothes, whatever, and stuff. And but anyway, so this is a song requested by our audience called One Less Mouth to Feed, and it's a wee tune from a guy called Shane Marno. So let us know what you think of this song, folks. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody's packing bags, heading off to foreign flags, searching for their own ideals, life supported by suitcase wheels. The generation of Irish, filled by inflation and viruses. I don't blame them one bit for packing up. Brisbane, Sydney and Dubai take an endless service supply of working men and women every year. So many gone, I feel like I am in my gen's minority, who feel like this country is where my future's clear. I wanna buy a house with the woman that I love, settle down and start a family of our own. I hope our kids can make decisions of their own volition, not feel forced out of a place that they call home. Everybody's packing up, selling belongings, once loved stuff, piles of clothes in refuse sacks, charity shops and clothing banks. Look down the aisles, you'll see young Irish smiles jetting off for greener grasses and some sun. While Irish homes plunge into winter, sunburnt paints, pale Irish winters never end, and media stories soaking in immigration glory. I can't believe it's happened right before my eyes, a story that my parents lived in similar times of their lives. I wanna buy a house with the woman that I love, settle down and start a family of our own. I hope our kids can make decisions of their own volition, not feel forced out of a place that they call home. I hope that if my friends come back from all the places they have been, they'll feel valued and welcome with open arms. This present day we are abandoning our youth. Here's the awful truth, every mouth that leaves is one less mouth this country has to feed. Oh, 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 Our country is divided, there's the rich and all the rest. Ordinary people paying extraordinary rent. All our funding goes to Dublin. Traffic problems, they are rife. Railway lines and public transport systems are so far behind. How can you blame anyone for wanting to go search for more? There's nothing I can say to you that hasn't been said twice before. And as a man who plans to stay, it's hard not to feel left behind when all your fellow countrymen have travelled 10,000 miles.
There is Shane Marno, folks, with One Less Mouth to Feed. We tune requested by Anya. Great wee song out there. So this look out for that guy there on Spotify, folks. Shane Marno. So it's ShaneMarno. So it's not Monroe, it's Marno, Marno. Obviously it's a wee tune there just about the current shit that's happening in our country at the minute. But listen, you never know. There could be change. There could be a new government by the start of December. So how would you feel about Mary Lou being Taoiseach? Think could it happen like whatever? But again, the people keep saying, listen, look, you didn't do nothing. You haven't done nothing for. Listen, they've been in opposition for the last lack of years. So what can you do? You can only do so much in opposition. All you can do is oppose things, put in sort of counter proposals, whatever. And if the government don't go for them, I mean, they don't vote for them, what can you do? I think a lot of the times people don't realise how governments work. So they don't. I mean, opposition is what it is. It's they stand there and give your opposition the stuff that the government is doing. That's all you can do. So listen, they haven't had a chance. But I mean, I think don't be wrong, Sinn Féin haven't had a great month or two there, I think, with all these scandals that are been coming out. But I think one thing I do want to highlight, folks, and you mightn't agree with me on this here, and I know Maura is probably listening now, maybe a few areas are listening and will probably bitterly disagree with me. But I'm just going to talk about Michelle O'Neill on Sunday there. Obviously, she was taking part in the official Remembrance Day thing in this Belfast City Hall, and she didn't lay a poppy wreath. She laid like one of those laurel green yoke thing, whatever, down. But obviously she was there, stayed for the whole thing, whatever. And I know there was a sign went up on her constituency office in Cookstown, so it did, but he's saying traitors with blood dripping and all this here, whatever, and stuff. But and I think there was 100 sort of families signed a letter. So there was basically showing their disgust of her taking part in this here. But again, it's one of those things, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If she hadn't took part, all the loyalists and whatever would have said, you're First Minister of my all, my whole and all this here. And then when she has took part in it, we're going to boycott it because this all is just a deflection tactics because of what's been happening in Sinn Féin in the media the last 2 weeks. But listen, Michelle O'Neill did say whenever she took office, she was going to be a First Minister for all. I know a lot of you don't agree with Stormont, don't think it should even be there, don't think that we should be in it. But I listen, her going there and laying that wreath on Sunday, it went over my head. Did it affect me? No. Did it offend me? Absolutely not. Do you know what I mean? Then again, if I had a family member or somebody that was murdered by the British Army, and she was there doing it, made it have a different opinion. But I think like a lot of things, when you look at meeting the Queen, shaking hands with the Queen, shaking hands with Charlie and all this here and other things, with Martin McGuinness, I think these things had to be done. So they did. It's just part of the society and the journey we're on at the minute. Do you know what I mean? And I think the people that are disagreeing with us and saying no, never, you're a disgrace, you're a traitor, blah blah blah. I mean, I just have to go. What's your alternative? What do you want her to do? I think Michelle O'Neill has had to have she had to apologise up in the middle of Stormont and do all this here for a lot of things that she has not done, has nothing to do with her. You know what I mean, for things that other people have done. And I just sort of say to people, listen, look, maybe walk for a day in that woman's shoes and see if you have the same opinion of like. Because I'm sure she didn't want to be there on Sunday, so she didn't. But then again, it's a decision that the party and probably the movement made. That they want that to be done, and obviously she's the leader. She had to step up and go and do it. So that's one of them things. So next tune we're going to move on here for you is it's one asked for by Michael Turner. So it is. He asked for Abe McAnespy. So we're going to play. We're going to play the version from Marty Higgins, who is very much home now, back in Ireland. So he is. He was playing the Rock Bar there on Sunday night. I don't know if any of you were there down at the gig. Seen a few videos of it. So he's playing the Rock and he's playing a few other places probably before he heads over to America and Australia again, which he normally does in the off season before he's back in Santa Ponsa. So we're going to do Marty's version. This lasts 7.5 minutes, but obviously he gives a whole intro into the song. But he was what happened to him, and how he died and whatever. So it's a great version of this song. So it's from Marty's album, Lullabies and Battle Cries. So it's on Spotify as well. Folks, check it out. As well as his Roll of Honor album is on Spotify. Check it out. So yeah, it's our good friend Marty Higgins with the Ballad of Abe McInnes. This is especially for Michael Turner, folks. This is Rebel FM on the Rebel podcast right through till 9 o'clock this evening.
On the 21st of February 1988, a young member of the Achallue Gaelic Club in Achnacoy in County Tyrone was brutally murdered as he walked innocently on his way to a Gaelic match. The RUC at the time said it was an accidental discharge that caused the death of this young man. But in October 2008, at a new inquest, it was said it was unlikely to be an accident, and in July 2009, the Secretary of State for the North of Ireland expressed his deepest regret at the incident that killed this young man, aged 22, Aidan McInnes.
It was on a Sunday evening, the sun shone in the sky, as he walked on his way to the Gaelic pitch, never thinking he was going to die. And as he crossed the checkpoint, the sound of gunfire came. The news spread through the border town, Aidan McInnes slain. For years he was harassed by the forces of the crown, as he went to his work every day. He left his native town. The soldiers, they swore they'd get him for reasons no one could say, but sure enough, they murdered him in cold blood that sunny day. But why did you do it? And have you not the guts to say? You said it was an accident, or even a ricochet. But like Loughgall and Gibraltar, your lies, they're well renowned. You murdered Aidan McInnes on his way to the Gaelic ground. People, they heard the gunfire, they came from miles around. They saw the young man lying there, he was dying on the ground. His flow of life was ending fast. The people, they tried their best, but the bullet wound was far too deep. It passed right through his chest. But why did you do it? Have you not the guts to say? You said it was an accident, or even a ricochet. But like Loughgall and Gibraltar, your lies, they're well renowned. You murdered Aidan McInnes on his way to the Gaelic ground. Aidan's life had ended, it was time for Judgment Day. The soldier, he jumped down from the tower, and the coward, he slipped away. And God's curse on you, Britain, for the cruel things you've done. But God will have his final say, and your judgment day will come. But why did you do it? And have you not the guts to say you said it was an accident or even a ricochet? But like Loughgall and Gibraltar, your lies, they're well renowned. You murdered Aidan McAnespie on his way to the Gaelic ground. Say it was an accident, it's the greatest crime of all. And to his heart's broken family, the worst yet befalls. And a cross and marks the lonely spot wherein he was shot down as he walked the Sunday evening on his way to the Gaelic ground. But why did you do it? And have you not the guts to say you said it was an accident or even a ricochet? But like Loughgall and Gibraltar, your lies, they're well renowned. You murdered Aidan McAnespie on his way to the Gaelic grounds. But why did you do it? And have you not the guts to say you said it was an accident or even a ricochet? But like Loughgall and Gibraltar, your lies, they're well renowned. You murdered Aidan McAnespie on his way to the Gaelic ground. You murdered Aidan McAnespie on his way to the Gaelic ground.
Fair play. Martin Higgins there, folks. Martin O'Higgin. You want to search for him on Spotify. That's from his album Lullabies and Battle Cries. His album Roll of Honour is also there as well, so check him out. So yeah, Marty was playing there in the Rock Bar in Sunny 8 Pass, so he was. And Hugh McKenna's just said there as well. Let's see comments. He says yeah, he is he's playing a gig on Friday night with the Kevin Lynch Band and the Sons of Ireland as well. Wonder about theirs. I haven't seen that there one advertised, so I haven't. Christopher Mahoney is looking for we'll play Jackie Duddy. Yes, we'll get that on for you, mate, not a problem. Michael Turner says thanks, Ro. Great version of that song. Great to see no poppy on the Celtic top. Well, I think the last time Celtic wore a poppy on their top would have been, and you're sure it was the days of like when Gary Hooper and all was there, and Lenny was in charge. It wasn't had the Tenants sponsor. Chris Commons and all was there. I'm not sure they had a poppy in the top, but at least we know now that they've just they've stopped wearing it. But I think their thing was, listen, look, we're not going to wear it just because it'll anger the fans too much, but it does, you know what I mean? With the whole sort of thing about what Celtic is about. And where the majority of the supporters are from, of course, they were going to oppose having a poppy on the top. But they do give a significant donation every year to the Royal British Legion towards their poppy fund. So listen, you can't argue, I mean, no more out there, I mean. So you can't. So there is Sydney Dearn. Sydney, what's the crack? Are you in school today? Or what are you popping out afterwards? Or what's happening, missus? Good to see you on as well. There's our friend Roger Markland from Sweden. Good man, Roger. Tune in, singing all the songs as usual. So he is. Hugh just says, Hugh McKenna, yep, Mary Lou's doing a great job. So she is. Tom McAleese, Ro, I've got my wristband for the 4 days in the Devonish. Well, listen here. it's only 3 days. So are you coming a day early? Are you putting an extra day on that I haven't heard about? But I know it's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it is. So unless you're maybe going to rave up on Thursday or something, or do the Monday club as well. It's on the Sons of Ireland page. I'll have a look at there and see what's happening. There's our friend Paul Sheeran from Clover as well. Good to see you on, Paul. Looking forward to having Paul up not next week, but the weekend after for our big fans gathering. Both gigs. Paul's going to be opening up on the Saturday night, and then he'll be playing the last on the Sunday as well. So looking forward to seeing you as always, mate. And Paul is going to be a guest on the show as well. Maybe if not next week, then the week after. Going to be getting them on. Just gives a wee update on Clover, what's crack with the band and stuff, and how that they're doing these days and whatever. Do you know what I mean? We are, we're good friends of Clover Rebel Band on the lifelong friends. They have Clover Rebel Band on the show, so it's always good to get them on the show and just gives a wee update of how the band's doing and what the crack and just Clover life is. So cheers for tuning in today, Paul. I know it isn't easy for you. He has been doing a lot of practicing lately for this here gig. I know he's looking forward to it. Paul wouldn't do a lot of solo stuff now, so he has been saying he's been getting the guitar lately and sitting there the hours of the morning and sort of playing away. So cheers, mate. That there, much appreciated. Right, everybody else here. Let's see. Yeah, that's all caught up with the comments. So next one we're going to do is for Graham Turner. No, Graham Keaton. Sorry, not Graham Turner. That last one was for Michael Turner. The Graham Keaton was looking for. Paul said, "Oh, there's nothing on TV." Oh, cheers, mate. I feel privileged to have you on. There's nothing on TV, so you're going to watch. Are you watching me on TV? Are you just on the phone, sitting in the garage? But I'm privileged anyway. I haven't spoke to you this week, so I'll have to give you a wee text tomorrow, mate. So I will. But right, yeah. So Graham Keaton was looking for Death Before Revenge. So we're going to do the Justice version of this here. And this is from many moons ago. A lot of people say when Damien Quinn's voice had broke as much shit as it has now. So this is for Graham Keaton. This one, and this is Justice Rebel Band with Death Before Revenge.
Say, for tomorrow brings a new wind, and the rain has gone away. For within these walls I see the sun as it shines o'er the hill, down into the valley and amongst the daffodils. But when this war is over and I see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. Now here we starve in prison to support our fellow men. We've only a woolen blanket and a crucifix in our hands. Yet the screws harass and give them hell, but their spirits they cannot break. Hold your chins up, lads, keep marching on. We don't think she'll leave it too late. But when this war is over and I'll see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. Bobby was the first to go, with Francis close behind. People streamed onto the streets. To have faith was not a crime, and faith is what those men had when they they chose to join our fight. Their actions were political. Can't those British see we're right? But when this war is over and I see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. The days rolled by and two more died, O'Hara and McCreesh. Yet Thatcher chose to bite her lip. The toll was not to cease, till the barricades went up by day and the bullets hummed by night. How much longer will they keep this path? There is still no end in sight. But when this war is over and I see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. It's a dreadful thing that those men join our ranks of martyred braves. That's 10 too many coffin nails picked probably to the graves. But if they only realize, then Thatcher mark us well. There are 10 more determined reasons for to break out of this hell. But when this war is over and I see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. But when this war is over and I'll see your face again, then I'll tell you of the warriors who put death before revenge. Shirley Cragale.
That was Damien Quinn there, folks, in Justice Rebel Band with Death Before Revenge. That was especially for Graham Keaton and not Graham Turner, who said so before that their song. So yeah, Graham, it must be, mate. Hope you're still listening tonight. Let's see, other comments. Barry McLaren says, can you play Shebeens Cross McLean? Right, I'll look and see if I have a version of that there, mate. He said it's skipping. Mate, it's definitely not come mine. Maybe your internet connection. Maybe say you can send it to YouTube or wherever you're watching from, or Facebook, and just go back in the game. But it's definitely not skipping this end. Nobody else has said that it was skipping or anything, so hopefully you get it working. Richard O'Callaghan there. Good day, Leonardiner, West Belfastian, living in Dublin for many years now, looking for Joe McDonald. Yes, we're going to play that, not now, but the next song, okay, mate? We're going to play Cruncher O'Neill's version. It was Cruncher's birthday yesterday, so it was, so we're going to play Cruncher's version. So obviously we're always thinking of our good friend Terry Cruncher O'Neill. I think I seen a lot of pictures there yesterday. His daughter put up with his grandkids and all, when visiting him for his birthday, and I'm just showing videos people put up and pictures and all, wishing them all happy birthday and stuff. So it's great to see Cruncher still so jubilant in his early age. he's getting on to us, but fair play to him, guys, and is an absolute legend. Honestly, Cruncher is just, and I'll say it again, folks, but the amount of podcasts I've had to do and the amount of interviews I've been privileged to do with people, that night I sat with Cruncher up in the Raddies on that stage, like literally almost brought a tear to my eye, like when I was interviewing him, and he was just telling me his life story, and it was very, very hard to sit and listen. I'm sure it was harder for him to tell me the stuff, because I didn't think he was going to open up as much as he did. It was very heartbreaking to listen to his story. Obviously, the first bit was a lot about his early days and in the plays and his acting and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, the later bit of the interview was more just about his illness and his drinking and everything else. And he sort of got took her over him. Do you know what I mean? But folks, that one, it's still on SoundCloud, so if you haven't listened to that yet, go and check it out now. It's there on soundcloud.com, and I think I have about 20 odd audio podcasts, and there's lots of different ones. There's stuff about suicide awareness, there's ones where ex-prisoners groups, there's stuff flute bands, all different podcasts there. So if you, now them ones, there's no video or anything, it's just audio only. That was the ones I done before we started the official, I think, if lockdown hadn't happened and we weren't stuck in the house and not being able to do anything, like this would never have happened. I don't think the big fans gathering would ever have happened, so it wouldn't have I mean, we'd still probably been doing the live monthly audio interviews on SoundCloud, you know what I mean, back in right now to 2024. So talking of the big fans gathering, Paul Sheeran was there. Obviously, he's sitting outside the School of Music tonight. So he is. Obviously, watching his phone. The kids must be in learn whatever instruments that they're into. Yeah, it's great to see him getting into the music, Paul. So it is. So we're going to do a song now from Clover, from the album they recorded at the very, very first big fans gathering in the PD Club. So this is hold on a second. What we're going to do? We're going to play Pierce Jordan. Obviously, it's Pierce's anniversary. Coming up very soon. I think it's next weekend. We're going to have the annual Pierce Jordan function in the Slash Celtic Mania in the Fallons on next Saturday. So I think Shay Doolan, Toby's playing it as well and Kieran Davenport. So maybe if you look at yourselves up at there and support our new folks for their annual gig. Yes, but obviously that always falls in conjunction with the Pierce Jordan weekend. The parade takes place on the Sunday afternoon, and I think there's something on the West Club afterwards. So there's, so just going back to like when I first sort of started talking to Paul from Clover, and say this was all over, like I think it was when I first started in the podcast, and we just got really friendly. And one day I sent him a voice note on Facebook, and this was back in the days when you could only send a minute long voice note. And if any of you know what I'm making voice notes, my voice notes are always more than a minute long. Like, I mean, and have you ever, like, I show like Laura and a few other people this all the time, my WhatsApp voice note history with Paul Sheeran, and literally it's just, I think there's maybe over the space of 3-4 years now, maybe about 10, maybe 20 actual taped out messages, and the rest is just all voice notes. And that day when I started talking to Paul, I sent him the one on Facebook Messenger, and he sent me one back, and I was like, it's cut off. So I had said, listen, look, give me your number. So obviously then that was it. And he was out driving all day, I'm out driving all day, and it's just one of them things, and we just sort of talk shit to each other back and forth all day long. Gets a day in, gets my day in, gets Paul's day in. So I remember the day when he told me that whenever I asked them to play at the big fans gathering, the very first one, they obviously took this really, really seriously. So they did, and I think every band, if you're a rebel band, you want to do an album, a live album, and there's no more better place to do it than in West Belfast. You know what I mean? So when I told him I was going to be in the PD Club, I was like, "Wow, Jesus, can't wait for this here." So he shocked me when he had said, "Listen, look, we've been talking about this here, so on the night we're going to record a live album at the big fans gathering." And I was like, "What the hell?" So he said, "No, don't worry, we've booked the sound man in, we've booked the full PA for the night, we've got the guys going to record the whole album, etc. And we're going to put on a massive show." And I think they'll all agree it was a massive show that night, so it blew me away. Like, and obviously then whenever they released the album, the production of it was just phenomenal. So we're going to play a song from that album now. Near sure, I think it's Paul. singing this one. So obviously we'll have Maura McNally listening here now. Maura wrote this song along with Mickey, her husband, the Ballad of Pierce Jordan. So they did. So say next weekend is Pierce's anniversary. So it's probably a good time to play this. So here we go, folks. This is Clover live in the PD Club, the very, very first big fans gathering with the Ballad of Pierce Jordan.
Came through to hide the truth away.
As we'll do is we'll start back to the start. So we're in there about 15 seconds for some reason. We'll rein it right to the start, and we'll start the song from the start because we'll have to do the song justice. Here we go.
A young man was shot on the Falls Road today. The bulletin came through to hide the truth away. For different stories to cover the lies. Was a cold-blooded murder caused Pierce Jordan to die. As you travel the Falls Road early that night, the police, they were watching. They had you in sight. They robbed your car from every side. As you staggered away, you were shot and you died. Song of Foyle Curra, just for a while. Will not have the crack of your jokes and your smile, but in years to come, your memory's still true. A brave son of Ireland, we will not forget you. Your killer that night, you did not even see. Shots in the back by RUC. No, they won't be punished. No justice we'll get for shooting Pierce Jordan unarmed in the street. Slung a foil curra just for a while. Will not have the crack of your jokes and your smile, but in years to come, your memory's still true. A brave son of Ireland, we will not forget you. Grief that is felt by his family is sore, to know that they'll never see Pierce anymore. No chance for to hold him or to tell him goodbye, but their pride
because he held high. Slán go foiil a cara, just for a while. Will not have the crack, have your jokes and your smile, but in years to come, your memories still true. A brave son of Ireland, we will not forget you. Slán go foiil a cara, just for a while. Will not have the crack, have your jokes and your smile, but in years to come, your memories still true. Goodbye, my dear friend, we will not forget you. Ballad of Pierce Jordan, written by Maura McNally and Great Irish Brigade song. Thank you very much.
There we go, folks. That is the sound of Clover live in the PD at the very, very first Rebel podcast. Big fans gathering night. What a night it was indeed. Still have great memories of that gig. So that was Paul singing. Just put it because he is sitting watching the night the show just while he's sitting in the car while his kids are in getting a few lessons on whatever instruments that they're doing. So let's see. Roger Markland says, I love the flute in Irish music. Sorry if I spelled that wrong. No, you spelled it right there, but I'm Swedish. Well, we all know we're Swedish, so you are. Yeah, Paul just says, yep, very proud to record Pierce Jordan in Belfast. Well, definitely, mate. So yeah, folks, next weekend is the anniversary of Pierce Jordan. So they're having their annual Celtic Mania thing. Do they have on the Saturday night in the Fallons? I think that's the 23rd. And then on the Sunday they'll have their parade. See a lot of bands will be taking part in, going down to the Pierce Jordan Memorial on the Falls Road opposite the city cemetery, and then they're having a bit of a do afterwards in the West Clubs. Hopefully, if you can get yourselves to that, folks. Right. So next one we're going to do here. So we're flying through these here songs. Right. Like say if you've asked for a request, folks, and I haven't played it yet, just put it in the comments again, will you? And I'll get it on. Say, obviously, I missed a few of them. I've been trying to read back through the comments. So if you've asked for a request, ask for it again. We'll have another 30 minutes, maybe 25 minutes left here of the show tonight, and I'll try and get it on for you. So this one we're going to do is Joe McDonnell. Now, anytime I'm playing this at a gig, I always play the Wolftones live version with the orchestra, because I do love that version of the song. But say this one was for Richard in Dublin there, who asked for it. So we're going to play the Terry Cruncher O'Neill version. Say it was Cruncher's birthday yesterday or so. So we'll do this one as well, dedicated to the legend Cruncher on his birthday. So here we go.
Oh, me name is Joe McDonnell. From Belfast town I came. That city I will never see again. For in the town of Belfast I spent many happy days. I love the town in oh so many ways. For it's there I spent my childhood, and I found for me a wife. I then stood out to make for her a life. Oh, but all my young ambitions went with bitterness and hate. I found myself inside a prison gate. I need her to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, divided many lands, and terrorized our people. You rule with your iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Through those many months internment, in the Maidstone and the Cash, I thought about my land throughout those days. Why my country was divided, why I was now in jail, in prison without crime or without trial. And although I love the country, I am not a bitter man. I've seen cruelty and injustice at first hand. Then one cold and fateful morning, I shook old freedom's hand. For right or wrong I tried to free my land. I need her to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You have terrorized our people and ruled with your iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Then cold October's morning, trapped in a lion's den, I found myself in prison once again. I was committed to the H blocks for 14 years or more. On the blanket, the conditions, they were poor. Then hunger strike could commence for the dignity of man. And it seemed to me that no one gave a damn. Oh, but now I am a saddened man. I have watched my comrades die. If only people cared or wondered why. I need there to call me a terrorist while you look down your guns. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, you've divided many lands. You have terrorized our people and ruled with your iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Oh, shine on you, Bobby Sands, for the courage you have shown. May your glory and your name be widely known. Then young Francis Hughes and Ray McCreesh, who died unselfishly, and Patsy O'Hara and the next in line is me, and those who lie behind me, may your courage be the same, and I pray to God my life is not in vain. Oh, but sad and bitter was the year of 1981, when they think that we have lost and nothing's won.
Well, the Jim McDonald here for you folks tonight on Rebel FM. This is episode 26 here, multi-streaming live on YouTube and 2 channels on Facebook, the Rebel Podcast page and the DJ Rebel Row page. If you are watching any of the streams, folks, tonight on Facebook, please, as usual, share the stream for us. If you're watching on YouTube, please give the channel a subscribe if you haven't already. It'd be much appreciated. Thank you. So another 20 minutes or so to get through. So few more requests we're going to do for you tonight. Yes, Anya, don't worry, I have that one line up in about 10 minutes for Barry, don't worry, alright. Right, what else was I going to say here? Right, I'm going to move on with the tunes then, folks. So Paul, obviously Maura had said there about the Ball of Pierce Jordan. She's yeah, Paul Sheeran, great version, Paul. And Paul is just yeah, Mara, it's a great song written from the heart, indeed. Definitely, Mrs. Right, so we're going to move on. This time we're going to play a bit of Derek Warfield and the Young Wolf Tones, especially for, who asked for this one? Boys Called Michael. Where was it? Oh, it was for Kev Dunn, watching the night on YouTube. It's a great version of this song, So Does I Love Us. And I think Derek Warfield, Derek, his voice really suits this song. So Kev, this one's spicy for you, mate. This is the Boys of Kilmichael. So this is a great song. So any more requests, folks, we're going to try and find that Shebeen one next for Barry McLaren, and then I might give us another 10 minutes or so left. So if there's any songs you want for the last couple of tunes tonight, get a wee request in now and I'll try and get them on for you, folks. So here we go. It's Boys Called Michael on Rebel FM, episode 26 tonight. Live, myself, Big Row. And this one's for Kev Dunn.
While we honour in song and in story all the names of Pearse and McBride, whose names are illumined in glory with the martyrs who long since have died. Forget not the boys of Kilmichael, those gallant lads stalwart and true, who fought 'neath the green flag of Erin, and they conquered the red, white and blue. Then here's to the boys of Kilmichael, who fear not the might of the foe. The day that they marched into battle, and they laid all the black and tans low. On the 28th day of November, when the tans left the town of Macroom, they were armed in 2 Crossley tenders, which led them right into their doom. They were out on the road to Kilmichael, and they never expected to stall. They met with the boys of the column, who made a clear sweep of them all. Then here's to the boys of Kilmichael, who fear not the might of the foe. The day that they marched into battle, and they laid all the black and tans low.
into battle, and they laid all the black hands low.
The sun in the west it was sinking, 'twas the eve of a cold winter's day. The Tans we were wearily waiting sailed into the spot where we lay, and over the hills went the echo, the sound of the rifle and gun, and the flames from their lurries gave tidings that the boys of the column had won.
Then here's to the boys of Kilmichael, who feared not the might of the foe. On the day that they marched into battle, and they laid all the black hands low.
The lurries were ours before twilight, and high over Dunmanway town, our banners in triumph were waving, just to show that the Tans were gone down. We gathered our rifles and bayonets, and soon left the glen so obscure, and we never drew rein till we halted at the faraway camp of Glenure.
Then here's to the boys of Kilmichael, who feared not the might of the foe. The day that they marched into battle, and they laid all the black and tans low. Then here's to the boys of Kilmichael, who feared not the might of the foe. The day that they marched into battle, and they laid all the black and tans low.
Yep, here's to the boys that can Kilmichael. That was Derek Warfield and the Young Wolftones. Just seeing the day, they're going to be playing in the Points bar down in Belfast City Centre. I don't know what date that is, but seeing it advertised. Very good. There you go. That's the Derek Warfield. It's just advertised as the Young Wolftones. So it's not Derek Warfield and the Young Wolftones. So I think maybe they're trying to sort of get people on to sort of say it's the Wolftones kind of way, you know what I mean? But it's the Points bar is very much a student sort of pub, so it is like, down in Dublin Road. So I may see what date that they're playing there. But I've seen that advertised there on Facebook today. Somebody else had liked it or something. So yeah, there you go. Right, so this next one we're going to play, I think that's all the comments all caught up as far as I know. So it is. So Eamon Melly is looking for a Gary Oak tune. We're going to do something live here. Gary Oak, who's I don't know if he's his tour of Australia is finished now. He's had a load of dates of him watching him on TikTok and a few other channels. Loving it. Like, I think actually when in Australia where he was the weather was brutal. It was in bloody thunderstorms near every day. And then he went to New Zealand and somewhere else and the weather was a bit better. But here for a play to Gary, he's scoring his sold out shows every single place he went to. So you're guaranteed a great show with Gary Oak. You're going to see him so you are. So we'll do this one there for Eamon Melly, bit of Gary Oak. We're going to do the what actually songs we'll pick. We're going to do the Irish Citizen Army ICA tune, and also Dirty Carbell. I'll say Green Fields. Ro, are you looking for like 4 green fields or the green fields of France? Because that will depend on whether you're going to get your song played or not, Dirty, so let me know. But anyway, so this is Gary Oak with the Irish Citizen Army, spicy for Eamon Melly. So we're getting there in the last 15 minutes of the night's show, folks.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Marching down Sackville Street with the starry plum on high, here comes the Citizens' Army with its fist raised to the sky. Leading them is a mighty man with a mad rage in his eye. My name it is James Connolly and I didn't come here to die. To fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class economy. Liberty. Chant goes up, all citizens, the system is a curse. An English boss a monster and an Irish one even worse. They'll never lock
is out again, and here's the reason why. My name is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die. To fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty. Over in the GP, over the bullets whizzing by, Pearson, Sean McDermott bidding each other goodbye. Up steps our citizens' leader with his fist raised to the sky. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty. We fought them to a standstill as the flames lit up the night. Then a bullet pierced our leader, then we gave up the fight. They shot him in Kilmainham jail, they'll never stop his cry. My name it is James Connolly, and I didn't come here to die, but to fight for the rights of the working class, the small farmer too, to protect the proletariat from the bosses and the screws. Hold on to your rifles, boys, don't give up the dream of a republic for the working class, economic liberty.
My mic is starting to play Silly Beggars. It's the lead, so it is. Yep, it's the lead tonight, whatever it is. Yeah, folks, so listen, thanks to everyone who has sent us a few quid in on the show. We much appreciate it, sir. So on Revolut or PayPal, if you want to send me a few quid towards the upkeep of the show, much appreciated. So cheers to a couple who have sent a few pound towards the show tonight. Thank you, you know who you are, so cheers. So yeah, a few more tunes to get through before we finish off. So don't forget, folks, we'll keep banging this into you. It's about the Rebel podcast. Definitely is going to be the very, very last one this year in the Roddy. So if anybody's having a ticket sheet, you can get them from www.rebelpodcast.bigcartel.com. Or they are on sale behind the bar at the Roddy's. Great lineup this year, folks. We'll have Spirit of Freedom, Damien Quinn, Quaven, Paul, Clover, myself, DJ Rebel Rowe, and Toby Mac as well over the 2 days. So tickets are only £15 for 2 wristbands, folks, for the Saturday and the Sunday. Loadies are coming, folks, you know, from Glasgow, from England, from all over the place, from Dublin, from all over Belfast, all places all over the north, different counties. So we know you're all coming, so it'll be great to see us on this here weekend. So, right, moving on. Barry McLaren asked for this one earlier on. He was looking for Shebeen with Cross McGlen. So this is from one of their live albums. Not sure what live album it's from. I think it's Disband the IUC. Not even sure how good the quality of this album is, because I wouldn't play that from this album. It's normally the one live in the Craigan I normally play, so it is. But we'll try this one, see how it sounds. So this is for Barry. This is Shebeen with the ballad of the Fighting Man from Cross McGlen. Here we go.
And in Cross McGlen, the fire burns through. The patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final night from Cross McGlen. I say a song of the greatest man, the famous fighting unit for the man. Cross McGlen, amongst the bravest tyrants of our song. In Cross McGlen, the fire burns through. The patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the battle cry, it will be the final event from Cross McGlen.
you hear? A circle scroll on the lights that have the crescent line. The Iron Ray, a spirit soul, ain't all the reckoning is close to hand. Across the land, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the birds all cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. The British scum, they fear, never again will see the custard shore. Because they know they'll pay jail when they're all leaving Ireland's bloody skull. Across Maclean, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the birds all cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. Do not give up until the free, until Ireland's out of British hands. We'll never rest until we see the Chinese rule driven from our land. Across Maclean, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the birds all cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. Across Maclean, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. It will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. And Crossmaglen, the fire burns through, the patriotic flame will never die. And when you hear the birds all cry, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen. Yes, it will be the fighting men from Crossmaglen.
There you go, the Fighting Men across Maclean from Shebeen Live, or the third span, the IEC album. Don't know if any of you may have heard there, me talking through that song. I hadn't realised the mic was turned on, so it wasn't my ma, which just asked me to give her my dad, lift up the raddies here. So, yeah. So, if you heard something in the background, that's what the noise was, because the mic was turned up. I hadn't realised. So, my bad. But then again, I think that song was that loud, not much of a sort of, not say racket, do I say, it's a racket. I mean, because that's it, but it's just sort of Shebeen's style of playing the loud drums and everything, whatever. So, you might have heard me talking over the top of that song, and you might have, but if you're wondering, there's what the talking was. So it was, folks. So, let's see, Tom McAleese, Crossmaglen, brilliant song, first heard in the Davis Flats around about 1979-80. Well, that's when I was born, mate, so it was 1979. So you'll what the hell? What's that noise again? That bloody wind going through this window, so it is. So I'm assuming that where is she? Dirty was looking for green fields, not the green fields of France, which I don't know anything I'd have played, to be honest. I mean, main exception for when we had Tony thing on. What is his second name? Tony. Can't remember now. What's his second name? A big guy, Tony from Dublin. Got a lot of grief whenever I put the intro for his song. It was the first interview of the year about 2 years ago. It was when we restarted the show after Christmas. Tony Cunningham, and obviously I played his version of the Green Fields of France when I was advertising the interview. Got a lot of grief from a lot of people for playing that song on the show, like so we did. But there you go. So right, so we're going to finish up here, folks. Again, I'll be back again next Wednesday with Rebel FM episode 27. So I'll see you all then. Again, thanks for everyone for tuning in tonight, folks. Much appreciated as always. And thanks to you all. A couple of people who have sent us a few quid. Again, thank you. You know who you are. Cheers as always. Cheers for all the requests. Cheers for everybody for tipping in, having a bit of banter with us. So we're going to finish up here with the Four Green Fields with Kathleen Largy and the Flying Column, folks. So I'll be back again next Wednesday, same time, same place, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock, multi-streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So I'll see you all then. Cheers.
Misha Era Shiname Nan Hailach Bera More Maglor Me the Roku Holland Kroga More Manaja Machlan Hien Do Yila Mahir Misha Era Uigni Me Nan Hailach Bera
What did I have? Said the fine old woman. What did I have? This proud old woman did say. I had 4 green fields, each one was a jewel, but strangers came and tried to take them from me. I had 5 strong sons. They fought to save my jewels. They fought and they died. And that was my grief, said she. Long time ago, said the fine old woman. Long time ago, this proud old woman did say. There was war and death, plundering and pillage. My people starved by mountain, valley, and sea, and their wailing cries, they reached the very heavens, and my 4 green fields ran red with the blood, said she. What have I now? Said the fine old woman. What have I now? This proud old woman did say. I have 4 green fields. One of them's in bondage in strangers' hands that try to take it from me. But my sons, they have sons as brave as were their fathers, and my 4th green field will bloom once again, said she.
I am Ireland. I am older than the old woman of Bear. Great is my glory, I who gave birth to Cuchulainn the brave. Great is my shame. My own children have sold their mother. I am Ireland. I am lonelier than the old woman of Bear.